Imagine turning $1,000 a month into a six-figure cash reserves without risking your own savings. Sounds impossible? Let me show you why a revolving line of credit could be the most powerful wealth building tool you're not using. Most people play it safe. They stash cash in CDs or savings accounts, earning a few $100 a year. But what if I told you there's a smarter way, one that banks don't advertise, but wealthy investors use it every single day? In this video, you'll discover how to use strategic debt, aka a line of credit, and the velocity of money to accelerate your financial growth fast. So here's the story. One of my students in her late 20s was investing $1,000 every month into her E-Trade account, choosing CDs because she's conservative. After 19 months, she saved $19,000 in her E-Trade account, which earned her $646 in interest for a total investment of $19,646. Not bad for low risk, but what if she could multiply those results using the bank's money instead of her own? Now stick with me. I'm about to break down the exact steps that helped Terrence grow his cash liquidity to $103,000 in under 24 months, and how Russell went from $0 to $77 even with bad credit. And if you want to learn these strategies for yourself, check out the link in the description to join our free community. But let's get back to my student. What if instead of locking up all her cash, she saved $1,000 a month for 5 months, built a relationship with her local bank, and then used the $5,000 as collateral for a secured line of credit? With the right moves, she could leverage that line to invest, build credit, and accelerate her wealth without risking her own savings. Now, the reason I suggest a secured line is because she expressed difficulty getting an unsecured line with no collateral. And of course, she doesn't have a long credit history. So we have to build upon that profile. Make sure you watch till the end, because I'm revealing the magic that banks don't want you to know about. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our free school community for more insider strategies. So guys, let's stack up the traditional way of investing into an E-Trade account, or an income source in which we call it, versus the income machine or using a line of credit. So let's stack up against what it looks like for you to use your own cash to invest in any type of vehicle. It could be anything, stocks, this works with anything, stocks, CDs, whatever, that kind of stuff, versus the way that Elridge and I teach it in our course. So you can see column 1 is the months, right? Traditional is, count that as the traditional way that she was putting her money into the E-Trade account, right? So on month 1 in the traditional, she did $1,000, and so the E-Trade account went to $1,000 in this pink, right? So on month 2, she did $1,000 again, and so it's $2,000, and then month 3, she did $1,000 again, and it's $3,000, and so on and so forth, right? Now, remember, she doesn't have a lengthy credit profile that would help her get an unsecured line of credit. So with that, she already expressed that she was having difficulties getting a unsecured line of credit. So we have to build upon that credit profile. And one of the suggestions is to get a line of credit. So the $1,000 that she was investing in her E-Trade, we decided to tell her, stop doing that and set up a banking relationship with your local bank and save $5,000. So if you can see on the next column, it says cash investment. This is the new way that we told her. So the first 4 months is 0, right? Because she's taking the $5,000 or the $4,000 in this case, plus in month 5, she'll reach the $5,000, and then she'll go get a secured line of credit with the bank. And so she's building that banking relationship. So if you can see the traditional way, she used $1,000, and a new way in the cash investment, this is still her cash investment. If she did it this way, starting from month 1, it would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then $5,000 when we get to month 5. This $1,000 will now go into the line of credit. All right, so she's got a line of credit of $5,000. So on month 5 in the E-Trade account that's in purple, that line of credit, we just took the line of credit and put it in the month 5 underneath the E-Trade. Now the way that we teach it in our course, let's say it's not E-Trade, it could be any way, it could be another type of brokerage account or whatever. Let's just call it an income source, and we're now producing income income off that $5,000. The same line of credit that is going into an investment vehicle is also producing around 3%. So she's gonna take her cash investment that she normally would have put in the traditional way, you can see on month 5 it's 5,000, right? Traditionally she would have had 5,000. Right now, look at the traditional and E-Trade account. In month 5, they're sitting at $5,000, right? But remember, her $5,000 is in the form of a line of credit. It's cash, it's in a secure account, it's not gone. Versus the traditional way, it's gone. It's inside of E-Trade. So let's progress and we can see, so let's look in the E-Trade column. You can see month 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. We're still at $5,000. But at the traditional way, she's at $9,000. Looks like she's beating us out, right? May not. Again, we're earning on the monthly income side, we're earning an additional $150. Now watch what happens in month 10. So in month 10, her line of credit is paid off and she now has that available again. And so now look under the E-Trade, the purple, she's sitting at $10,000 in month 10. So is she under the traditional column if she was to still stick her $1,000 over in the traditional column, right? Now you can see this cash investment, we're equal, $1,000 in the middle. So it's either $1,000 going towards the line of credit, which is the new way, or $1,000 going into the traditional account. So that's why I wanted you to stay with me here. But in this instance, we went from $150 a month on our E-Trade to now $300 a month. We're not losing the value here the way we teach you in our course. So then we go, let's go to month 12. You see month 12, we're still sitting at 10. The traditional way, you're still sitting at $12,000 with that same $1,000, right? Again, we're earning $300 worth of income, which is helping us to pay that down. So instead of taking a $1,000 and sticking it in the E-Trade, you're taking a $1,000 to pay down the $5,000 with the additional $300. I want you to see how everything is accelerated. Now we're gonna go to month 14. We're ahead. It's trying to jump ahead at 15,000. She's at 14,000. The new way is at 15,000. But it's producing $450 in income. Now it's taken us anywhere from 4 to 5 months to pay down that line of credit. But something very interesting starts to happen. Very, very interesting. Let's look at month 20. This is where you see the acceleration, or month 21. This is where you see the acceleration and the magic of using a line of credit. Month 21, the traditional way, you've stuck $21,000 inside of your traditional investment account, right? And so you have $21,000. We're still having that $1,000 to pay off our $5,000 line of credit. But look what happened. Our balance in month 21 exceeded you by $4,000, right? Okay, now you're saying, but what is also happening here, if you look from month 21 to 22, it's no longer taking us 4 to 5 months to pay down a $5,000 line of credit. Why? Because the income over here in the green column is approaching our $1,000. So it is helping us to pay down the line of credit really, really fast. And what gets really, really interesting is in month 23, we paid off the line of credit in 2 months. So now in month 23, we're now sitting at $30,000 easy, generating $900 in income along with our $1,000. That's $1,900 to go towards the $5,000 to pay down the line of credit. Now, Elridge and I have a couple of rules on this. Whenever this gets under 3 months, it is now time to increase the line of credit. So then stuff just gets crazier, right? If you can see at 26 months, the traditional way, she is at $26,000. The vertical capital income machine way, you're sitting at $35,000 and you're earning $1,050 in income, which is exceeding your cash investment in the first place. This is how you're able to use a line of credit to accelerate your wealth to 6 and even 7 figures. Now, what happens if you have really great credit and you have a long credit history and you're able to get a secured line? So on the last slide, I showed you how it was taking 2 months to pay down a line of credit and it becomes optimized. right? And so in this case, we call it an optimized income machine. So what's happening is, remember the $1,000 and $1,050 that it's now creating on $35,000 plus the $1,000 that you are contributing, that's $2,050 to go inside the line. So now it's able to sweep or to pay off the $5,000 really quickly. Elridge and I have a rule: if it gets to where it's under 3 months, then it's time to increase the line of credit. So for those of you who have excellent credit and excellent banking, you would now increase that $5,000 to $7,000, because now the income is saying, hey, I can support a larger line of credit. And if it's saying it can support a larger line of credit, then that simply means to increase that, right? In this instance, you would go from $5,000 of a line of credit to $7,000. Now, what you think you're gonna do with that? You're gonna take that $7,000, remember we ended at $35,000, you're gonna take that $7,000 and add it to your income source. So now all of a sudden in month 24, don't quote me, I can't remember, on month 24, maybe 25, you go from $35,000 to $42,000, right? And of course, the bigger these numbers, whether we're playing with 10,000, 12,000, the faster you can get to 6 figures with less time. Listen guys, I'm Anitra Preston. If you feel like I dropped a few nuggets today, go ahead and like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next video.